welcome back to Champion the Passion, a weekly pro wrestling podcast where we inspire you to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. I'm your host. My name is Victoria Daisy, and today we're going to be recapping everything that happened last night on AEW Dynamite. But before we dive deeper, don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. But let's dive right into the action because our opening match was Jon Moxley versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Now oh my gosh, this was a fantastic match and a great match to open the show with. I mean, there were so many shenanigans, first of all, between Marina Shafir, Kevin Knight, Wheeler Yuta, Darby Allin even. You guys know I don't like Wheeler Yuta, and at a point, Darby Allin came, scooped him up, put him in a trash bag, and later on in the night, we got to see that he wrote Forbidden Door on a piece of paper taped to his forehead, and so now we know kind of where they want to go with that, but overall, it was just so much fun, and those shenanigans make it even better. And I honestly do have to say, though, as far as the match is concerned, I was so impressed by Speedball Mike Bailey's performance. I mean, I know he's good, but I feel like this match really got to showcase his moveset so nicely. And I do have to say, he really gave Moxley a run for his money. I mean, there were so many close calls, so many times that I thought he was going to win. I mean, he is so amazing, and I thought that was a great opponent for Moxley. They had great in-ring chemistry, and I loved everything about their match. And like I mentioned, just so many cool spots, so many amazing moments. But in the end, Jon Moxley did win. And it did get announced that next week on Dynamite, we will be getting Jon Moxley versus Kevin Knight, the second half of Jet Speed. So I think that's going to be another really great match as well. And I'm curious to see what happens then. Then we had a number one contenders match to determine who would be representing AEW in the TBS Championship Fatal 4-Way match at Forbidden Door. So at Forbidden Door, Mercedes Moné will be defending her TBS Championship in a Fatal 4-Way against somebody from AEW, somebody from Stardom, and I believe somebody from CMLL. So that's going to be very interesting. But this match, this number one contenders match, was between Queen Aminata, Sky Blue, Alex Windsor, and Billy Starks. And I just have to say, I really enjoyed this match. I thought everyone did a phenomenal job, and I just have to say, I've become such a huge fan of all of them. Alex Windsor is definitely the newest out of the bunch, but I am starting to like her. Queen Aminata is just amazing. I have grown to love that woman so much. I think her in-ring work is off the charts. She does so many cool moves. I feel like she's so underrated. And speaking of underrated, somebody who's been underrated for so long is Sky Blue. That girl is absolute fire. She reminds me of a young Alexa Bliss, and she's just a firecracker, and I love that. And Billy Starks as well is another phenomenal talent. I just think all four of them did just so amazing, and they had some pretty crazy spots. I will say, if you saw the match, then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it was just move after another move after another move, and it was just off the charts. I mean, they made the most of their match, and they made moments that are unforgettable. I mean, so many cool move sequences that I love. And something else that I want to point out that I loved as well is the fact that Toni Storm, our AEW Women's World Champion, was sitting ringside this entire time as she was supporting Alex Windsor. And I feel like that added some comedy to this match. That was definitely some much needed, and I loved it. But in the end, Alex Windsor did take the W and now is advancing to that TBS Championship Fatal 4-Way match at Forbidden Door. So she will be the representative for AEW alongside Mercedes Moné. And I'm not too sure what we're going to find out who's representing Stardom. And I believe it's CMLL. If not, it's New Japan, but I'm pretty sure it's CMLL. Maybe we'll find that out next week on Dynamite or the Saturday on Collision, but very intrigued to see kind of how that match is going to end up going down. Then after, we had a Kyle Fletcher segment. Now, this was hysterical, okay? He cut a typical heel promo, and he talked about how Dustin Rhodes doesn't deserve to be champion, so he took the title from him. Now, in full transparency, I did not watch Collision this past weekend, but I did see a lot of clips from that match, and holy crap, I need to go back and sit down and watch the full thing because that was insane. I couldn't believe my eyes from the clips that I was seeing. It was absolutely insane. There was a couple spots in there that had my jaw on the ground that I couldn't believe what I was watching. If you know, you know. But obviously Kyle Fletcher did become our new TNT champion. So that's very awesome. So excited for him. If you guys saw my All-In preview, you would know that he was the favorite to win for the TNT championship match. I really wanted him to win. So in the end, it did all work out. Obviously, Tony Khan wanted Dustin Rhodes to have that really awesome moment in Texas with the championship, but obviously Kyle Fletcher now has the title, which is so exciting. Then Don Callis revealed a painting that he had made of the two of them as a gift to Fletcher, and I was cackling. If you didn't see Dynamite or if you haven't seen it, AEW posted a picture of it on their Instagram, so you can go check that out if you want to see it, but it is the funniest freaking painting. If you guys have seen it in the past, these segments with Don Callis where he does reveal paintings, because this ain't his first rodeo with these paintings, you know the style of the paintings, and you just have to go check it out for yourself. It was hysterical. And then Kyle Fletcher went on to say that he wouldn't be where he's at without Don Callis, and he said that he is not doing this one bit for the fans or for anybody backstage, but only for the Don Callis family. And then he announced that his first title defense will be this Saturday on Collision, and he says that he doesn't care who his opponent is, the outcome will still stay the same. So I am not a huge Collision watcher, but I do try and keep up with it. So I'm very curious to see who his first opponent is going to be when he defends his title this Saturday on Collision. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. Kyle Fletcher is a huge, amazing talent. So I'm very excited to see that match. Then we had a match with my GOATs, the Young Bucks versus Bandito and Brody King. Now this was a really fun match. I loved the balance in this match between high fly action and power, muscle, strength from Brody King, obviously. Now, there were countless amazing spots and amazing move sequences that made this match absolutely can't miss. I mean, you guys know that the Bucks are my GOATs, and so seeing them just go insane was crazy. I mean, it's always such a treat to be able to watch them. And then getting to see them against Bandito and Brody King was just next level. Brody King may be a big man, but that man can fly. And he showed us that last night in this match. I mean, all four of them went absolutely bonkers, and I loved it. I mean, any match with the Young Bucks is a 10 out of 10 match. And that was nothing less than what we saw here. Although, unfortunately, in the end, Bandito and Brody King did take the W, which I wasn't happy about, but it's okay. It's for the story, and I just have to say that the story that they are telling right now with the Young Bucks, with them not being EVPs anymore, is absolutely amazing. If you guys peeped their entrance, that was a whole thing in itself. When the screen didn't fully rise up, they had to crawl on the ground, and their Titantron was a whole mess, and they were showing clips of them losing at All In. It was this whole thing, and I just love it. It's the little details like that AEW is so detail oriented, and it's those little things that continue the storyline that just make it all that better, and I love it. All right, let's talk about the main event match of the night. We had MJF versus Mark Briscoe. Now, this was a crazy, crazy match. I love the storyline between the two of them. It is just so funny. And I thought that they tore the house down. We know that they've been telling the story between Mark and MJF for 2 months now. I mean, we're going further back even from All In. And I just think that these two work so well together. In ring, on the mic, it is just, their chemistry is amazing, and it has made for some amazing moments and matches and mic drop worthy moments as well. And even the finish was epic. So MJF did take the W, which I was very happy about. You guys know I love MJF, but in the finish, Mark put his foot on the rope during the pin, but the ref didn't see it. So MJF still won, which I thought was so funny. I love that little touch. After MJF beat the crap out of Mark Briscoe, but everyone loves us some Mark Briscoe, and you have to go help him if you see him getting hurt. So Hangman Adam Page took that responsibility and came out for the save, and then him and MJF went at it literally all throughout the arena. It was crazy. MJF eventually ran off, but that was an amazing main event. I loved it so much, and it was honestly a great Dynamite as well. There was a lot of backstage segments. You guys know I don't really cover that many backstage segments just because there's so many of them, and they're all really short. So for me, I just like to cover the big meat of the show. And I will mention it from time to time if anything interesting happens, but a lot of it's just follow-ups from matches and checking in with people. But overall, I thought it was a really, really good Dynamite. My match of the night was definitely the Young Bucks versus Bandito and Brody King. So many amazing high-fly action moments that truly had me on the edge of my seat. The segment of the night for me was Kyle Fletcher. I mean, I thought that was absolutely hysterical. You guys already know how I feel about that segment. I loved it. I love seeing this heel side of Kyle Fletcher, him as a TNT champion, exactly what I wanted. Overall, I rate the show about an 8 out of 10. Again, another great Dynamite for AEW, and very excited for Collision this weekend and for Dynamite next week. It's all going to be so amazing. Also, before we end this episode, don't forget to check out all of my WWE SummerSlam content from this past weekend. I was there live in New Jersey, and I have so many fun vlogs that I can't wait for you guys to all go watch. So definitely go check those out. But thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of Champion the Passion. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms, and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. Don't forget to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.